Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 7, Episode 15, Void. So, at first, this episode, it's very reminiscent of a couple of things. For one, I already forgot. I think it was the Season 5 premiere night, where the whole episode's about, like, Voyager stuck in this starless void, and they even call it the Void. And they're just trying to get through, and it's the whole morale is really low thing. So, first of all, it's very reminiscent of that, and it's more reminiscent of an animated episode, actually, where the Enterprise got stuck in like this weird like opposite world, and there's all of these other species like Klingons and Romulans and everything, and the Enterprise has to make an alliance to kind of get out of it. So this episode's a little bit more like that one, where Voyager somehow or another manages to get sucked into like this little pocket of subspace, parallel dimension, whatever it is, and like basically just has to get out of it. Like that's kind of what the whole episode boils down to. I mean, realistically, it's a good episode, and I did enjoy it, but I did want a little bit more out of it. The opening sequence is great with like Seven cooking, and like Tom wants salt, and she's like, well, maybe you should make something else. And it's kind of great. Like, I love that whole scene. For the most part, and it's also very reminiscent of, I don't remember what episode it is, but like where Voyager gets mugged very, very quickly. Because as soon as Voyager gets sucked into this like area, this void, ships come out of the woodwork and start stealing their supplies. And most of this episode is kind of about Janeway trying to make peace with other ships and trying to make this alliance. And so at one point, like, she's talking to this captain, and she's like, I'll give you food, I'll give you supplies, I'll give you what you need. And he's like, well, what do you want? And she's like, I just want you to be part of my alliance. And it's one of those, you got to give something to get something. And slowly you kind of see it piece together. And of course, like, there are people who want to resist, and there's aliens who make their own alliances against Voyager. We do see the hierarchy race come back, which I think this is only the second time we've ever seen them. They're from one of my favorite episodes where the captain creates the command hologram, and so this is where like it starts kind of becoming this alliance versus that alliance on who can get out of the void. Now, in the meantime, below all of this, it starts out as a subplot, but it kind of becomes like the main plot, where there's this other alien race that's invisible to sensors, and they're described as parasites, and they just kind of go from starship to starship, and people can't really get rid of them. They're kind of like the rats of this world. Janeway even kind of comes up with the idea, like, I wonder if they're the natives of this void. And the Doctor finally finds one and names him Phantom. Anyways, the character from Phantom of the Opera, because he gets them to communicate with music. I didn't know this. I didn't pick up on this until I looked it up later. It's Jonathan Del Arco. Like, who the fuck knew that? It's crazy. For those of you who don't know, that's the guy that played Hugh in The Next Generation, the 3 of 5. Like, that's crazy. He never talks. He just does the music thing. But, like, even looking at the makeup, I didn't get it. And I felt really bad, actually, that I didn't notice that it was Jonathan. But that's amazing. Like, and the fact that Jonathan's about to come back in Picard makes this whole episode very serendipitous. So anyways, they meet this species, and they teach him like how to talk in music language, and then they find more of them, and sure enough, when Voyager's ready to escape the void, the species is like, you just beam us aboard the other ships, we'll take care of you. And then they kind of disperse them and basically kind of cause a distraction, and Voyager, with her alliance, is able to create this bubble and warp their way out of the void. It's kind of a magical happily ever after type ending, but it is really good, and it was really enjoyable. Little Bear liked it. Did you like it? He liked it. And so overall, like I said, I think this was a good episode. We both kind of enjoyed it. but it did leave me wanting a little bit more. I'm not going to lie about it. So, for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think about The Void? Did you pick up connections to the episodes The Night and the animated episode? And did you guys recognize Jonathan? Like, I think that's still pretty cool. So, for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next time for the 2-part episode, Workforce.